I think I would definitely say the important parts of our love story probably is just centers on the fact that it really began before us. So my grandma, Iris Bagley, she married Royal, which was my grandpa, and he was all about turkeys his whole life. We've kind of just grown up in a turkey household. And
my grandma's Mary Christensen, and she settled in Moroni, the same small town that his grandma lived in Utah, and they, I think, really solidified their relationship when they served together in the Relief Society.
And they had a lot to bond over because my grandpa was a turkey farmer and worked with turkeys. And
my grandpa was a turkey farmer. So the next generation is our dads, and my dad was a professor at North Carolina State University, and he taught endocrinology of
turkeys.
And his dad came and was one of his graduate students and got his PhD
in reproductive physiology of turkeys. Neither of us are into turkeys, but
turkeys are into you.
That's probably yeah. Turkeys are into us. That's good.
So when they came to North Carolina, our families did a lot together. We had Thanksgiving dinners together and went on summer trips together.
And the summer trips were always turkey conferences. My dad's company would put all of us up in hotels.
So we made friends with the Bagleys so that we could go swimming in their swimming pools. So I wrote in my diary so much as a kid. It always ended with, P.S. I love Scott Bagley. My mom always tells too that when I played house as a kid, I'd always pretend like I was Mrs. Bagley.
I think the only time I ever openly admitted it was to my older brother. He was like, hey Scott, who do you like? So I just said, well, I like Lisa. And of course he was like, whoa.
I think it really helped that we knew each other from early on because I had a connection with his family.
Everybody loved Lisa. Everybody did. It was, you can't not.
So right after high school, I went to BYU, Idaho, and Scott went to Stowe College to here. Anyway, my mom suggested that I email Scott, and so I would have a friend built in when I moved there. I wrote, and I honestly didn't know if he'd write me back. I didn't know if he was dating someone. I didn't know what was going on in his life, but I was just like, let's do this. And so I wrote the first email. I think he wrote right back to me within 24 hours.
Because I was extremely excited to get an email from Lisa Christensen. And so it was like, oh. And you opened it up and it was like, not only was it Lisa's emailing me, but Lisa's moving out to Utah. When her dad retired, he became my boss. On July 3rd, he just came up to me and said, hey, do you remember my daughter Lisa? So I was just like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure I remember her, yeah. And he goes, well, she's gonna be in town tomorrow and I don't want her to be bored. If it's okay with you, could you show her a good time? And I was like, yeah, just give me your number.
And he called me there and was like, do you want to go do something? And I was like, sure. But yeah, we had ice cream and
we didn't do anything else. We sat in a booth and we just talked.
I think it was 6 hours. We sat and talked to each other on our first date. And then it just took off from there. And we texted and went on more dates right after. And well, I never wanted to be the person who had a boy on a mission. I just never want to do that, and here I was doing that. And so I decided if I was going to write him a letter when I was on a mission, that I was going to make sure that every week I had a spiritual experience to write him about. I wrote him a letter every week for 2 years. Every letter I'd write on the bottom, I think, D&C 9024.
Search diligently, pray always, and be believing. And all things shall work together for your good, if you walk uprightly and remember the covenant wherewith ye have covenanted one with another. And it's that, I don't know, it's always kind of feel like been that idea of things working together, us working together, things working out for each other and covenanting one with another. Just that language of togetherness, I think, is what's always kind of appealed to us about the scripture. On June 22nd,
Oh, man.
Nope, sorry.
Wrong day.
June 26th, 2010. I know what day we got married. I promise. Yeah, on June 22nd, 2010, we got married.
26th? Did you say 22nd?
Did I say 22nd again? Dang it. On June 26th, 2010, we got married. We have just been in love every day since then.
We got married, and Scott finished up school at Stowe College and went on to BYU, Idaho. We moved up to Idaho, and we had our oldest daughter there, Macy. And our kids, we have 8, came very quickly after that. They're all very close together in age. Our oldest is 14 and our younger 2 are 4. So it's a 10-year span where we had 8 kids.
Our marriage hasn't been like sunshine and rainbows all the time. We've had a lot of amazing experiences, and we've had a lot of really hard and just difficult kind of experiences.
I think like if Scott, the days he can only give 30%, that I'm there to make up the difference, and I put forth 70. But there's been a lot of days in our marriage too where all we can give is 30, each of us. And we've seen that because of those covenants that we've made, that Jesus Christ makes up the difference, and he gives the other 40 and so much more.
If we just stick together, talk together, it's all going to work out. And it has so far.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.